Hey guys, Kakarot197 again. This time with a review of the 1/144th scale no-grade Shenlong Gundam with figure version from the Gundam Wing anime series. And you know what? For a Gundam Wing kit from 95, this is actually pretty good. Sure, there are seam lines all over the place, not all the parts line up perfectly, as you can easily tell by the panel lines, but the proportions are actually competent and the face looks surprisingly good. For stickers, we get the usual eye stickers, the dreaded chin sticker that will probably fall off by the end of this review, 4 nice metallic green stickers for the shoulders and 1 for the chest, 2 golden stickers here, a white one for the crotch and the front skirts, and finally eye stickers for the dragon head on his right arm. This will still leave us with quite a bit left to paint though. White and gray for the top of the feet, white for the exhausts on the front skirts, these claw-like decorations on the side skirts, and just the whole dragon head. Then we'll need gold for the rim of his chest armor and the rim of his collar, blue for the rim of the shoulders and the shield, red for the inside of the V-fin, and finally green for the main camera. So while the straight out of the box presentation might not be too impressive by today's standards, it was actually pretty good back in the day. And especially with a coat of paint, this was easily one of the better looking no-grade wing kits. Although you might be a little bit less impressed when we have a look at the accessories and the weapons. Starting off with the dragon head on his right arm, the thing itself moves down, but these claws are not going to be doing any moving whatsoever. Then you just remove the hand, flip over this claw, and there you go. Then we simply have to extend it and it's ready to take out any nearby Leos. Although in the anime, it of course looked like that arm was extending significantly more. One funny thing on the box art then is that apparently they forgot to tell the 3D artist where the flame was supposed to be coming from. The artist made it seem as if it came from the hole where the hand was in, while it's actually supposed to be coming from these nozzles on the side of the dragon head. Then next up we get the beam Naginata, which also comes with a pretty nicely detailed beam effect part, although it's of course not supposed to be blue, you're gonna have to paint that green. And those polycap hands definitely do a great job of holding on to it. And if you don't want to use it, you can simply attach it on the backpack. Next up is the shield, which looks really good from the front, but once you turn it around, it looks significantly less impressive. So let's just turn that back, attach it to the arm, and put him in a pose that doesn't show you the back of the shield. And of course, because of the design of the arms, you can only attach it to the left arm. And then the final accessory that we're getting, because this is of course the with figure version, is a nicely detailed figure of the pilot, Wu Fei Chang. It even has like the detail of the dragon on his shirt, so this is definitely a really nicely made figure. So with all of those accessories out of the way, let's have a look at the articulation of this thing. The head is on a simple ball joint, we'll go a little bit up and down and we'll rotate around. For the arms then, there is of course quite a difference between the right arm and the left arm. The right arm will of course rotate around all the way, but the outwards movement is all going to come from the extended arm because the normal arm sticking out from the extension arm doesn't actually go out like normal, like as you would expect. It does rotate around below the shoulder and then also rotates around above the elbow, bends at the elbow on a single joint, and the hand will of course rotate around, wiggle around, and do everything a ball joint does. The left arm then will go up all the way like that, bend at the elbow on a single joint for 90 degrees, and will also rotate around on that joint. The hand then is again on a ball joint. The waist is on a simple peg joint, will rotate around all the way. The front skirts then are molded together but cannot be easily separated, but still give the leg some really nice forwards movement. Backwards movement also not too bad. Then they go out about that far, but they are hindered by those ball joints. They will rotate around a little bit on those ball joints. Then the knees are double jointed, and again, not too bad for the time. The feet then are on simple ball joints. We'll go forwards a little bit, backwards pretty far, side to side a little bit, and we'll rotate around a little bit. So just as with everything else on this kit, the articulation was nothing to sneeze at the time. It might not be anything too special nowadays, but it can still take some cool and even dynamic poses if you try. So as always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And honestly, we're kinda at a weird point in time for the Shenlong Gundam, because at the moment, this is the best Shenlong you can get in 1/144th scale. However, I think it's safe to say that a modern Shenlong kit is pretty much inevitable at this point. Eventually. The only real reasons to pick this up right now are nostalgia, collecting, or if you really want a Wu Fei figure to display next to your high-grade After Colony Shenlong, which we'll get anytime between now and the next 5 years. So for 1995, I could have definitely recommended getting the base Shenlong kit, and for 2000, which was when this kit was released with the figure, it still would have been a pretty cool kit to get. But nowadays, it's obviously just going to be a no. For some size comparisons then, here it is next to the contemporary Heavy Arms and Sandrock Gundam, and I think you can really see what I meant when I said that this thing was actually pretty good for its time. Next up are the modern Sandrock and Wing Gundam, and getting the Shenlong upgraded to this standard will definitely be a sight to behold. And finally, here he is next to the standard size Jim Custom and the always bulky Zaku 3. Did I mention that the Gundams from Gundam Wing are quite small? Anyways, that's all for this review. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great day, and I'll see you all next time.